Antsy.
Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Hallmark fall movies.
Hi, I'm Brian, and I like Hallmark fall movies.
Dan, it sure is bright in here, and I despise fall movies, and this is the
Deck the Hallmark podcast. Deck the Hallmark, it's
That's
his
right.
podcast.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
Brandon and friends host this podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Pop, 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 pop. Hello, everybody.
We have spent the better part of this day working on that working, and Brian still can't get it to
Cannot
work.
figure
He's
this
just
out.
tinkering over there.
Just tinkering. Just
Tinker's
going
to
to
tink, and he can't do it.
You're tinkering.
Somebody
Yeah.
does faulty batteries, I feel.
It's possible like we left it on.
Ooh.
No, not us.
I wouldn't.
It's a fall Christmas tree. It's perfect for this episode and next week, and that's it.
That's
If
right.
it doesn't work then,
Never.
we're on to the marathon.
Guys,
Yes.
are you freaking, can you
The
believe
marathon.
Cannot even believe it.
A week and a half away, Brand.
We've been talking about it
it?
for so
Not
long.
this coming Saturday.
But the next Saturday.
The next
Correct.
Saturday.
Wow.
Very excited about it. It's almost unbelievable.
Exactly.
It's almost unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Exactly.
You're going to be able to
can-
stop by and see us this year.
I
as
think
far as
so.
I understand it.
You know what? Still waiting on that double confirmation. But
double
but
confirmation.
as
get
of
one.
right now, you'll be able
Double
to come
secret.
on down to downtown Greenville and find us.
Wow.
Spy us. You'll be able
Yes.
to make signs that say things
Yes.
like, you know,
Dan
Yay,
sucks.
tennis is my jam.
tennis is my
tennis is
jam.
my
I know
jam.
about your MS.
I know
like
about
stuff
your
like
MS.
that. Can you imagine someone walking around downtown Greenville with a I know about your MS sign?
Yeah.
Just another Saturday.
We
Just
were going
another
to do the
Saturday.
marathon this Saturday to do it early, and Greenville was like, hey, fall for Greenville. Please don't take away from our foot traffic.
Yes.
And we were like, look, we'll be kind enough to wait till the movie
dark.
starts.
Are you going to fall for Greenville, Brian? It's a
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's something that
Something
every
big.
newbie has to do.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. It looks
It's,
great.
it's a great event.
It's a great
If
event.
you're not from downtown Greenville, it's an amazing event.
An amazing event.
what if you are, though?
If you are, you just kind of
You just kind of you know to avoid it.
You
You know to
bear it.
avoid.
That's right. Yeah,
you know
yeah,
to
yeah.
avoid it.
Yeah.
I worked parking for Fall for Greenville one year.
Wow.
Yeah, they'll meter maid.
Big.
Just once?
No. I took money as people parked. As
Okay.
people drove.
Ooh, so you wore like a bright color
Yes,
of
I
some
did.
sort. Ooh.
Waved a flag.
Was it a 5 or 10? What was it?
For Fall for Greenville?
I mean, this was over 10 years ago.
Probably 10. It's probably a 10 spot.
$10.
It's probably a 10 or 20 spot now.
Probably 20. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably 20,
Ooh, boy.
20 bones.
Fall for Greenville is a wonderful time, though. And yeah, that Greenville. So I would recommend going.
Yeah,
but
if you've never been, you can try everything on Main Street. It's
fantastic.
In 2 days.
And you get some good music.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yeah.
why Brian's going.
Brian's
right.
got a
Live
band.
jams.
Who are you looking forward to?
Loudy and the Phony.
Sammy-
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
Loudy and the Fun,
Sammy
fun
Smith.
Friends.
Sammy Sosa's second cuz?
Yeah, and on the saxophone.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
wow. Man.
Speaking of Sammy,
Saxophone.
speaking of Sammy Sosa, can we just take a moment and
Sure.
just congratulate Dan on his Aaron Judge
Yep.
getting the home run
did it.
record? And
I
like,
did it. I did it.
Like,
I did it.
congratulations, Dan.
It was big.
Really
it was a lot of
exciting.
me
Really happy for
watching,
you.
waiting for it to happen. That's right.
Couldn't have done it
was a
without
big
you.
deal.
Because he
And
did it clean. He did it clean. He did it
Did
the
it
right
clean.
way.
That's right. The real home
did the
run
right
record.
way.
Yeah, whatever.
No punctuation marks around that record.
No, that's
They
exactly
played tonight.
right.
Actually, they played yesterday. We all know.
We
what
all know.
happened.
Oh, yeah, we don't
I
wanna
won't
talk
tell you
about
if
it.
I'm happy or disappointed in how it turned out.
You're a pro.
I'm a pro. You wouldn't be able to tell. You wouldn't be able to
You
tell.
guys are playing the Guardians?
the Guardians
of the
that's right.
Galaxy.
The Galaxy. That's right.
Star-Lord's going to come out.
Gamora,
I will say
Star-Lord,
this.
Groot.
I will say this. A lot of people think that Baby Groot can't hit.
Oh no.
Who?
I don't know.
Yeah. Who's saying that?
Danny
I mean,
did.
Are you kidding? That guy
Danny
was born
did.
to hit.
Danny did.
Not again.
No, listen, I know.
Danny, get out of here with your hot takes.
What?
They're not even hot.
You think you're something special because you got second chair.
Second one, too. Yeah, second. That's right. Second chair.
You're not
Somehow
special.
I've stayed at third chair.
Yeah,
you
you're
never
not-
missed one. Stayed at third chair.
Oh my gosh,
Couldn't
with
get
this
promoted.
never missed one.
Brand's
we
missed one.
moved hell or high water for
Brand's
this.
missed one.
I've never even missed
This
one.
I
movie's
missed one?
5
No.
days old at this point.
Brand's missed one. I've never missed
never
one.
missed one.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm
Just say-
sorry that I
hashtag just
flew.
say.
It's a quality third chair
I'm
over
sorry
here. That's
I
all.
missed an
It's
episode
just a
because
quality third chair. That's all I'm here to do.
you are a quality third chair. Yeah. But you can't come on strong with a second chair hater.
You
Right?
can't come on strong. No, you can't. You're right. I need to be third chair. I understand that.
Pumpkin everything.
You're going to keep these on the whole time, huh?
Keep what on?
They're just part of him.
It's part of who he is.
Justin, when you got a vibe, you got a vibe.
Yeah.
That's right. Don't sprain your wrist over there. Just be careful.
Why would I
A
sprain
wrist
my,
sprain, you can't recover.
Why would I sprain my
It's
wrist?
a pumpkin everything joke.
Oh. You're right.
You can't do other things with a sprained wrist.
No, you can't.
Oh. Jax?
Are you all right?
Pumpkin everything. Originally aired, can you believe this? On October 8th,
I can believe that.
believe
yes.
2022, and it went a little something like this. Amy is her name, and she's a hotshot author. People compare her, or at least people are saying she's the next Stephen King.
The next Stephen King.
So people are saying.
People are saying that.
People are saying
Not
that.
Danny. The people, right?
People
People are saying
Danny
that.
wouldn't
Danny
say
would
that.
never say that.
Danny
He
doesn't think Groot can hit, and doesn't think that Amy's the next
right.
Stephen King. She's getting ready to release the third book in her vampire series. We love vampires.
We do. It's big these days.
We love vampires.
It's a big look. It's culturally relevant.
Especially around this time of year.
Ned from Spider-Man.
Yes.
He's in a new vampire show on Sci-Fi that looks silly.
Okay. That's more than I needed.
Well, you're saying that vampires aren't a thing anymore. Vampires are still a thing. People still like
You
vampires.
pointed that out by telling me a tertiary character from Spider-Man is in a sci-fi show.
Tertiary.
Hey, third isn't always that bad, Dan, over there.
Let me ask you this, Dan. Which apartment did the, spoiler alert, the other two Spider-Men come into?
Ned's. Tertiary.
At best.
Spoiler alert.
I repeat.
Are those children glasses?
So no, I just have a large head.
Those would swallow me alive. In
yeah.
existence.
Try them on. real
Dude,
quick.
try them on. Right over the top.
Oh, man. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. This guy's going to see his first 3D movie with his parents.
You know what I like about these is
They're heavy.
I got them connected to my Bluetooth and I'm listening to music while I do this.
Wow. Are you doing it right now?
Yeah, right now.
What's playing?
It's an unreleased track.
Okay.
An unreleased track.
Yeah,
all you can
from
get on
Tanner
this.
from Tanner's band.
Tanner's band.
She's getting ready to release the third book in her vampire series,
Burke and the vampire series.
and is gonna head on tour. She's getting a call from her mom that is like, "Hey, Grandpa was so excited about his pumpkin spice latte that he drove through the front of the cafe, drove his car straight to the front of this cafe. He's got to have his pumpkin spice latte and his pops." So she decides she's gonna run on home to what is it, Autumnboro to check on him. We find out that the family owns a store called Pumpkin Everything, and that Grandpa wanted Amy to take over the store after she went to business school, which he was going to pay for. But when Amy decided she was going to write instead, he withdrew his offer to pay for school. She agrees.
All above board, guys.
She
It's all
agrees.
above board.
Yeah, that's right. She agrees to help Grandpa run some errands so that he can prepare for the Foliage Fest. The Foliage Fest.
Foliage.
Foliage fest. Follies.
Can we be
Full
honest? Though?
foliage.
It should be foliage because it's fall.
Fall, yeah.
Yeah.
Fall foliage.
To keep pushing this lie that it's foliage is
Absurd.
Foliage Fest. And so he's got to get some stuff going on. Obviously, Pumpkin Everything is a staple when it comes to the Foliage Fest, so you got to get ready.
Yeah.
They got the Scarecrow building competition, etc. She starts talking about her book, and Grandpa gets grumpy. He does not like vampires. Although I do think he would like Ned from Spider-Man's new show about
course, on
vampire-
Sci-Fi.
on the Sci-Fi
That's
Network.
Right.
Because he's not a vampire at first.
He becomes one.
He looks silly. They arrive at Pumpkin Everything, and she bumps into Kit from Knight Rider, an old friend from high school. They clearly have some sparks. Grandpa says that they were inseparable as children. Let's see if they can unseparate.
Are you okay?
They pick back up right where they left off. They start talking. Kid opens up about how, his nice car that talked left, and how he's had a tough time after his mom passed away, and he turned to the bottle and was able to overcome that. And now he helps out at Pumpkin Everything. He's kind of running the show. Amy is trying to convince her grandpa that it's time to hang up the pumpkin hat in regards to Pumpkin Everything. It's time to move on. You're getting older. You're driving your car into coffee shops. You should not be running a store anymore. So she decides the way to convince him to give it all up is to use the bait of radio DJ. If you stop with Pumpkin Everything, you can be a radio DJ.
Whoa!
There is one caveat here. You do have to
live in a home.
Live at a retirement community.
Mm-hmm. They don't have radio DJs that aren't in retirement communities.
They don't.
There's nothing we can do. Hands are tied.
They have one rule for this radio station.
Radio DJs
must be
in a retirement home. That's right. That sounds like one of the ones we advertise for here at Deck the Hallmark.
Come on, man. Those are all above board. But when he finds out that he's got to be a resident in order to play radio, he's like, hard pass. I'm going to keep doing Pumpkin Everything. Amy gets a call from her manager one day that she's going to be on, hey, good day. But she gets sad, though, at the thought of leaving. She's going to go on a hey, good day, and she's going to then have to go on tour. And, she's kind of, enjoying being home. So she comes up with an idea. I'm going to convince Hey Good Day to come here to Pumpkin Everything. And they do. And it's a big success. She is crushing it in this interview. And for the first time ever, Grandpa says to himself, she's kind of running her own business as an author. It's kind of like a brand, if you will. So he's finally proud of his granddaughter. They're talking about that on the porch, and she walks away. She comes back. He is cold knocked out on the ground. Draymond Green came over, punched him right in the old face. And he's down on the ground. So they go to the hospital. Turns out apparently he was changing the light bulb, but because he only had one good... How many
grandpas does it take to change a light bulb?
He fell down, hurt himself. He's got a couple of cracked ribs. Yeah. Didn't sound good, but he's gonna be okay. But
he can still DJ.
Starts to realize that he can't keep doing it all, right? Can't keep driving through coffee shops and changing light bulbs and
reading vampire books
and doing that. I can't keep doing all this. So he decides that I know who would be good to take over, since nobody in my family is going to take over my family business and could carry on my, everything I've done in my life.
Yeah.
Kit.
Knight Rider.
Kit. Knight Rider. Knight Rider can do it. So because he knows that Kit is just has no money, he gives Kit the money needed to put down the down payment to buy. It's cyclical.
Yeah. He gives him his money.
Gives him his money to give back to him.
That's right.
It's like as if you wrote a check and you guys are exchanging those checks.
Yes.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Kid is like, wow. Amy has to go on her tour, and she gets a call. She's doing things, going to Boston, etc. Gets a call from her manager and is like, hey, got a new stop. So you're going to Autumnboro. So she goes back. She shows up. Apparently, she's been booked to go to Pumpkin Everything. Wow. Can you believe it?
No. Unbelievable. What are the odds?
She sees Kit there. I think she's like, let's give this a thing. Maybe I'm going to live here now. I'm going to keep writing vampire books. But the most important things, everybody, is that they kiss big ones. And Pumpkin is freaking everywhere. And that, my friends, was Pumpkin Everything.
We did it.
We did do it, everybody. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back. We're going to break this movie down with 4 segments here on Deck the Hallmark, baby. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Deck the Hallmark. We're talking about Pumpkin Everything, the seventh fall movie?
10th? They've been going since August.
Yeah.
I think it's
We're deep.
I don't know. 11th?
Yeah, it's up there. It's double digits, I think.
Wow. Anywho, certainly isn't the first one. But did it feel like it? Let's find out. Brian, what did you think? We're going to start with a hot take. I'm going to start with you. You have been steadily rising on the hot charts, which is the
Do I want
chart.
to rise on those
Which is the chart that kind of tracks hot takes.
Oh, okay. I don't have a subscription to this, so it's good to hear.
good. Yeah.
It's black market.
It's just another thing you've locked me out of. That's it's good to hear.
Okay, Brian. As if. What do you think about Pumpkin Everything, Ben?
So this one, I really like this one a lot. And I did not know, I mean, the characters in this were a lot of fun. I did not know that I absolutely love Taylor Cole. I didn't realize.
You didn't realize that.
I didn't
until
realize
now.
it till
This was the movie
this
that you were
was
like, oh, Taylor Cole.
Have you never seen a Taylor Cole movie?
I have.
Okay.
But just for some reason.
Following for you, Taylor Cole, Tyler Hines. You seen that one?
Podcaster.
Yep.
Oh, that was a podcast one. Okay.
I thought it was
Radio.
Radio.
But I think she
So-
wants to break into podcast. I don't know.
That's a
This was
tough.
2018. There's no way it was podcast
ahead of its
on
time.
Hallmark. Yeah.
You're right.
But that's not bad. But this one really did it
Okay.
for me, and I had a great time with Taylor Cole. And I didn't expect the curveball of like the mortality element. Feeling
People
people growing,
Being able to die.
yeah, like decisions being taken
I'm
away.
so used to in these movies people being immortal.
Usually, I'm.
There's never a
I'm-
dead
yeah.
like father or mother
No,
or anything.
I'm set
Everybody's
up for
alive.
Superhero level.
That's right. Most people are at least 230 in these movies.
But in the power struggle, it comes with the mortality, and that I don't know, they did it well. Like, it was kind of sad, but they did it really well. But this movie struck a chord mostly because I had been looking for a fall-themed book to start reading and get into the fall feels. And when I saw on the screen,
What?
who you telling me you haven't been looking?
Do you
for
like a novel that's
Yeah.
fall themed?
Yeah.
Is this what you do?
Sometimes.
Do you read
Sometimes.
like seasonal
seasonal?
novels?
Absolutely. You don't do seasonally reading?
I
Seasonally reading?
can't. I know.
Can't do it? Brand, you got to seasonally read.
Don't
No?
even
I won't
try to
even-
defend
okay.
him here.
So
Brian's trying to take over Hallmark Book Club while he's at it.
it's
While
Go
he
for it.
while he is slowly brick by brick dismantling pandas.
Everything people love about Panda.
You saw me light that panda blanket on fire, didn't you?
That's
true.
Oh boy,
That's right.
Oh, I didn't think anybody saw that. But this was
So you
based,
bought the book.
I did. This is based on a book, Pumpkin Everything, which I was psyched when I saw that. I was like, "This is what I've been looking for." I literally bought the book sitting on the couch when this movie started, and turns out the author's from Massachusetts.
Wow.
Fall Central. So you knew she was authentic.
Fall Central.
Fall Central.
I don't know if you
Northeast.
know this. Greenville, South Carolina, one of the
On the
top
list.
12 CNN, one of the top 12 best fall places
I've
in
heard.
the world.
Yeah,
so don't say Fall
allegedly.
Central, Massachusetts.
I don't even think
Don't come
Massachusetts is
to
on the list.
like the at least the East Coast fall capital of the
I
world.
don't know if CNN. Some people don't listen to CNN's lists of stuff. I don't
Some
know. I'm
people
not saying
don't
I do
listen
and
to-
don't.
I'm just
But-
saying it's CNN, Brian.
Yeah, so, they got some cred, but according to me, second chair,
Second chair.
watching a fall movie,
That's right.
reading the book by Beth Labonte is her name. FYI, a little shout out. Fall Central, Northeast. So this did it for me. Bottom line,
How's the book?
it's great. This is one of those cases where I can say authentically, the book's better than the movie.
Wow.
Wow, and he liked the movie.
He liked
And
the
I did
movie.
like
this
the
book must
yeah.
be out of this world.
It's fall everywhere. It's pumpkin everywhere. I mean,
Is it really
Pumpkin
called
Everything?
Pumpkin Everything?
it's called Pumpkin Everything. And the cover of the book, ironically, no pumpkins on it, but kind of looks more fall than the movie poster of this movie.
Wow, that's impressive.
So, yeah, I'm not done yet, so I can't spoil it for anybody, thankfully, because I would spoil that thing as fast as I could.
Yeah, big spoiler.
But,
How different is it from the movie?
it's a little different. Like, the mother is not in the same town in the book. She lives far away
Wow.
in Philly. Kit is a truck driver, a tow truck driver.
Oh, no.
So there's some definite differences.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Are you anti-tow truck driver?
You guys know that about me.
You know that.
Yeah,
you don't
you
like
anything towed.
truck drivers.
I like truck drivers. I think tow truck drivers, it's just tough.
Hack?
No. I if you're one of the good ones, then I'm on board with you.
He's one of the good ones.
I have been taken for a ride by.
Oh, they're supposed to
You've been
take you.
they take you for a
They're
ride. That's what they
supposed
do.
to.
I've been ripped off.
You've been ripped off by a tow truck driver. Who was it?
It It was clammy.
Clammy's not even like licensed, I don't think.
Clammy doesn't have
maybe it was on
CDL.
me.
There's no way.
I really enjoyed this one as well. Boy, did it deliver on the fall, folks. Did it deliver on the fall. I think what I loved the most about this is just how grumpy Grandpa was.
Old Ironside.
They let
Ironsides.
they let Ironslide slide his way fully into Grumpville. And I was here for it. Lots of times we have like an occasional grump moment. But this was pretty steady grump, and I really did enjoy that. I really loved Pumpkin Everything, the store. I really liked Kit and Taylor Cole's character together. I enjoyed them. There's nothing bad about this. There's also nothing overly life-changing or groundbreaking or overall exciting about this movie. But if you want fall vibes and you want to have a good time and you want to just kind of chill, I would fully recommend Pumpkin Everything.
Thank you.
Dan?
Back to you. I don't know what movie you guys watched. I don't know. I understand that there are orange leaves in frame. I understand that there are pumpkins in frame.
Everything!
Pumpkin Everything.
This is not a good movie, guys. It just isn't.
Right.
This is a movie where a very successful woman comes home and gets blamed that her grandfather's old. That's what happens in this movie. She comes home, a successful author, and they're like, why'd you let your grandpa get old? How dare you? He's old now. Do you see he's old? Have you seen that wrist? He's old. And you let him get old because you went and wrote a book. How dare you? How dare you get successful while your grandpa gets old? All you had to do was stay here and he would have stayed young, but you didn't. So he got old. That is what this movie is. Michael Ironsides, too good for this movie. He is great. Michael Ironsides is great. This movie's a mess. It doesn't hold water. The injury doesn't hold water. While she's getting blamed doesn't hold water. The store doesn't hold water. It's in what looks like a church building. Like it's a brick, it's not even an orange building. It's a brick building. This was trying to take advantage of the fact that we saw 9 straight movies with no fall in it. And so whatever they put on screen, as long as it threw up autumn everywhere, people were going to give your reactions, and they did. Not a good movie. Good scenery? Yes. Good movie? No. Sorry, not sorry.
Man, you're a stinker.
Yeah.
I'm a stinker?
Can I say that?
Okay.
He did say the words.
But
good
you know
movie
what? You know what?
In that
Hey,
sentence.
but you know what? Tow truck drivers out there, tow truck drivers of America, I support you. I have your back. I've been supporting the tow truckers since I can remember. Nobody supports the tow truckers like I do. Nobody does. Nobody supports them like I do. Brandon, on the other hand,
You got those receipts?
Brandon, on the other hand, he's out to lunch on you.
That's not what I ate.
Which part, Trace?
The part where you support tow truck drivers.
Really?
I got the audio.
Do you
no.
really? Gosh.
Not that time
Can
I
I
was
tell you
talking to him
something?
about
What's
I
that,
respect every profession, but there's one profession that, not great, Brandon. You've been saying it for years.
Notaries?
Well, yeah, and tow truck drivers.
Oh, well, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
You
on-
said it for
we're
years.
on
I'm
lockstep
finally on board.
here.
And it's not because I had a bad experience. I just saw one, and I was like, screw that guy.
Oh, my God.
You guys shouldn't be talking like this in the office.
Yeah, probably not. Trace
should
sometimes
not.
records it.
When did Brian get involved in this conversation?
Oh, hey, guys, I've been here the whole time.
All right.
Trace, I think that was Brian pretending to be me. He does a great Dan impression.
He does.
I'm pro tow truck driver. I don't know what to tell you.
It's time for all the feels. Bry guy,
Yeah.
what you got?
Dude, freaking Battle of the Feels for me in this like
Battle of the Field.
Freaking Battle of the Fields, man.
the author like you mentioned it, the author being taken seriously as a business, like the author,
Yeah.
an independent author as a business, a small
I don't
business.
think she's an independent author, but
Okay,
She is either.
okay,
She
but
is
not her.
definitely
The
with a
author of
publisher,
the
yeah.
author of the book, the movie this movie is based on, is an independent author. So that being that whole an author as a business is really cool. The Knights, I really like that fake out, the injury ankle fake out when they did that little race. I don't know if it was a really small part, but she pretended she had an injury, and when that happened, I was like, oh, here we go again, a little fake injury. And it literally was her faking him out so he could beat him in the race. And I'm like, that's a great move. When she stepped on the loose step on her grandfather's stairs, and he said, oh yeah, I got a repair for that. Just don't step on it. And I thought that was really funny. That's like your homeowner type of solution. Like
Dude, I feel
if
that, man.
something's broken, you just avoid it. So I really I thought that was great. And obviously the grandfather giving Kit the check for the online sales to help him with the deposit. That felt
Here's
good.
a check. Why not just sell it for that much less? I don't know.
Or just give it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just hand it over.
Yeah. He needs the money for the home so he can DJ. Remember, this is a movie you guys liked. I just want to be very clear. You liked it.
I've always wanted to be a radio DJ. Hence, Brand's Wednesday Rapid Fire Music Explosion.
We did a radio class, Brand.
We did a radio class
for teenagers.
I have an online Christmas radio station
That's
that
right.
runs 24/7, 365 that I put hours of work in. Once.
One time.
I love it. And so the idea of going to
The
I gotta
reason
be
that we do this is we both wanted to be on the radio as children.
I gotta be
That
honest.
is accurate.
I am already pretty on board with a retirement community. I would be open to going there now. I do feel like it kind of plays to me, like never having to leave, but everything
5
I
p.m.
want to do.
dinners.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like all inclusive.
If radio was involved, was an option, you couldn't keep me away. I would throw on a full gray wig and just move on in today to get my opportunity to be on that resident only radio station.
You think it takes a gray wig? That's what it would do it.
I am pretty frail at every other aspect, so yes, I
you
do
have
think
wanted
that's.
to dye gray for a long
I
time.
know,
So it's all coming
I know.
together here.
But also, the mom meeting the coffee shop owner / Andrew Walker's
yes.
dad for the
Yeah.
first time
That's right.
and throwing the mad game
Yep.
gave me all the feels. I love that moment.
Yep.
It was fantastic. Her going, yes, you can, like you could show me whatever you want or something like that. It's great. I loved it. It was great. Great moments. Dan?
I mean, this is a stretch here, but I had just professional actor gravitas feels with Michael Ironside. Like this dude
Slide.
is
Thank you.
either or. It's a both and. This dude is such a pro, and he has the task of trying to bring gravitas to scenes that just don't deserve any. I mean, him breaking down crying over the fact that she wanted to do what she wanted to do in college. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That shouldn't work because he's a monster, but he makes that kind of stuff play because he's a better actor than you normally see in these roles. Normally they get some Canadian guy who's serviceable, but they don't even make him try to do something like this. But Michael Ironsides is out there to play. And so it was fun to see him try to bring some sort of heft to this, even though there was no heft to be found.
Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back here on Deck the Hallmark on WTTY.
Prospector.
That's plastics.
The Sponge. Welcome back.
So what happened there exactly?
Boy.
Guys, I don't know. I'm done trying to figure this out. We got to say it. And we got to
But
keep
that
moving.
time we didn't all say it at once.
I know. I was letting you guys get it out of your system.
What did you say? Plastics?
Yeah, I had plastics.
He was closer. It's the Sponge.
It's not. It's Old Prospector. They had a
you think
sound.
it's WTTY Old
That's
Prospector?
right. Yeah, you heard the voice. That wasn't me.
It was old. It was almost like Ironslide-esque.
It was Ironside.
Gravitas. It's time for Wait What. It's part of the show we talk about what in this movie minutes go. Wait what? Brian?
I had that too. Hardly any to find.
Yeah, in this movie, it's
Hardly any.
airtight out there,
But
gang.
at the beginning, the town is fully decked out in fall decorations, and the grandfather is just now having his first pumpkin latte of the season. Like, okay, you would not be just pouring down your first one of the season. And the scarecrow contest, like, what scarecrow contest? They did this thing where they're stuffing the scarecrows, and somebody points and says, "You win." I thought that was a cool idea for a contest. Make as many as you possibly can. Let's line them all up. Take a look at them.
Not enough
They did
contest. for you.
nothing. Not enough assembling, and
When you said what scarecrow contest, you were saying there should have been more of them, and it should have been longer.
That's what I mean. More of a contest. More of an actual. No, you don't. That's tough for you, Dad.
If I swear to you, Brian Harold, if we do a movie with a snowman building contest and you want that scene to be longer, things are going to be thrown.
It's gonna be tough.
They're going to be thrown. There's nothing I can
But
do
you
about
didn't
that.
want to get a look at the scarecrows, what they look
God,
like.
no. What is this?
Okay. I mean, they went through all the work of having the clothes and stuff.
Sure. Is that it?
That's all.
There is a worrisome amount or lack of discussion about Grandpa driving the car through the coffee shop
There's
window.
none. There's none.
Grandpa drove his car through a coffee shop window as if it's just another Tuesday.
Over a curb. There is, listen, this is almost as bad as Godwink.
It is almost said in passing.
Yes.
Like, that's how little it's talked about.
It was up there with the Godwink scene when I saw it. I couldn't believe what I just saw. Like, and what was the one line they gave it? That he says something ridiculous like, "Oh, honey, I saw something and I just."
Yeah,
Yeah.
he waved to somebody. He
And then
waved to a
next
friend.
thing you know,
Yeah. I couldn't believe.
Yep.
I thought for sure we were going
There's
to
a
get more
curb
information.
there.
We were going to get more information. Like,
and look, they never say he has early onset anything.
he just drove through.
He drove through the plate glass window on a coffee shop over a curb.
Yep.
Yeah.
That means you had to be revving that engine up going over that curb.
Yeah. How
Not
bad?
brakes.
How bad was that pumpkin spice latte?
Sheesh.
Not
Hope he didn't
enough
spill it.
pumpkin. I said pumpkin everything.
Everything.
Speaking of pumpkin everything, when they're walking up to pumpkin everything for the first time, he says, I believe he says, "Believe it or not, this is our busiest season." Which I'm like,
I believe that.
The store's called Pumpkin Everything, buddy.
I would indeed believe.
I do believe that.
That's to convince me.
Yes. And as much as I loved this this radio station, it is it is a radio station that gets played at Town Square without anybody's blessing. Everybody has to listen to this radio station that is solely by seniors for seniors, is what they say.
That they have to live in a home.
They have to live.
I mean, that's the Hallmark of the year.
Yeah, I guess it is probably more of a what the Hallmark, but just I heard the premise of it and I'm like, I don't hate it, but I am a little bit confused by it, but I also love it at the same time. A lot of feelings for me. And last is the general passing of money. Here is the money from the online sales from last month, and also you're gonna get next month so that you can put a down payment.
I think
to buy my shop
right.
from me.
the bank is going to need to see good faith amount of money. And so if it was like $9,700 some dollars, and then he said next month's going to be the biggest. So like, let's say he's got 20 grand and he's going to put that down as a down payment with the bank. My issue there is that to buy that building, if 20,000 is enough for a down payment, then things are not going well at Pumpkin Everything.
Why is he buying the building or is he buying the business?
I would assume the business owns the building, but that's why the bank's involved. But I don't know. We've never sold a business.
No.
If you're interested in
building.
buying Deck the Hallmark, reach out.
It comes with a black spooky Christmas season sweater.
It does. That's right. So
Which
it's for $55.
what do you got, Dano?
This wrist injury, look, I know it's Hallmark, and we play fast and loose with any injury. First of all, to Brand's point, he goes curb hopping and goes through a coffee shop window, and he sprains his wrist. Now, this sprained wrist is different than any other sprained wrist I've ever seen. Does he get a cast? No. Does he get an elbow sling? Yes. Does an elbow sling help a wrist? No, it doesn't. But that's what they do. Can we get the guy an air cast? We can't. Put his elbow in a sling. Why? Did he hurt his elbow? No. Did he hurt his shoulder? Absolutely not. He hurt his wrist. That wouldn't help him at all. But the doctor is so concerned about this sprained wrist that not only does he give him not a cast and an elbow sling, but he says he has to come back in a week. What is he going to do? Hit it with a hammer? Like, it's already bad. Guys, you don't put a sprained wrist in an elbow sling. You don't do it. They act like this is the end of the world, and then literally 10 minutes later, he's carrying a bag with that wrist, and then 30 minutes later, he raises up his other hand when he says, my wonky wrist. So, wrist, can't use it. Can't use it. Oh, my God, my wrist. 10 minutes later, holding a bag. 20 minutes later, my wonky wrist over here. There is zero consistency with one of the lamest injuries of all time. Michael Ironside is maybe 70 years old. Why are we trying to put him in a home so badly? Why? Look.
Dan, did you miss it? He drove through
understand.
a coffee shop window.
But if the guy loves what he's doing at work,
Yeah.
why are we trying to put him in a home? Mm-hmm. Why? Are we, and speaking of which, maybe you know why they're trying to put him in a home? Because he's a terrible grandfather. Sweetie, I'll pay for all your college. You don't worry about it. You don't want to come back and run my pumpkin shop? You don't want to come back and run my pumpkin shop. You want to do your own thing? Stand on your own merits? Follow your passion? I'm not writing you a check. And then they still somehow have a relationship. I don't know how that's possible. At one point, he's trying to explain how much the pumpkin store means to him, to his granddaughter, and he says, "It's my passion. You can't put passion in a book or a movie."
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, writers, that's what they do. Movie makers, I promise you, that's how that works. Someone in this movie, I believe it's Corey Sevier, who is
Severe.
I don't know, severe. It's a severe weather warning. Corey Sevier may be D or E on the call sheet in this movie. Like, the romance is maybe the C storyline or D storyline. Like, it's way down the list. I think when Sevier and Taylor Cole together, I think he says this line, "Well, we'll always be where we need to be."
Right.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
What if you have an appointment across town and you're stuck in traffic?
There's a reason why I'm there.
That's right.
Always.
Always.
You need to
That
be in
is
traffic.
absurd.
No. I
You
live,
think you're always where you need to be.
if you
So
choose if you choose to look for
If
it.
you choose to believe that.
Yeah.
You need to be home so your wife can go to work and you got the kids, but you're not there on time. Would your wife say you're where you need to be?
No, but I think in the grand scheme of things, there may have been a reason for you to be there.
Good Lord.
You don't believe that?
I believe that there are times I need to be places and I've not made it there on time, and that means that I'm not where I need to be. That is basic.
There's a difference
You
between
can
where you
believe
need
in
to
fate.
be and where you should
You can
be.
believe in fate all you want, but believing that you need to be somewhere and you're not there is a part of life. We've all experienced that.
I think both can be true.
Okay.
I think you can not be where you're supposed to be and also be exactly where you need to be.
Okay. Yeah. Agree to disagree. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Agree to disagree. The woman that runs the home and the DJ's radio station, did she watch the turtles from Finding Nemo in preparation for this role? I've seen her in other movies and she's normal. And in this movie, she's a weird fall movie surfer dude.
Yeah.
And it's a wild experience. I don't know what's happening there. I just know I wasn't prepared for it in the slightest. And that's all I got.
It's time for What the Hallmark Inspired Show. We wonder what could have been, maybe helping give some clarity to questions that we still have. Brian?
Yeah. So the house, his house and the store, I'm pretty sure they were the same building, and they just
Probably.
They just
Probably.
used the reverse.
Yep.
So obviously, I took a picture of the scenes and compared them on for myself, for my own mental sanity there, and I'm pretty sure it's the same building. So I would just like to know if I'm right in that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right. And is there a worse street snack than a caramel apple? Because they grabbed one of those and just did a little walk and talk, eating a caramel apple, and that just seems like a nightmare. Don't you think?
You said it, bud.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I never like talking about age, but sometimes you have to. And I just want to know, was there ever a conversation about making the mom and grandpa just not mom and grandpa? I found it to be one of the most distracting things in this movie, to say that guy was that much older than the mom to be able to be the father.
Taylor Cole and Michael Ironside are maybe 40 years apart, if I'm being generous. It's probably 35 years apart total. So for there to be a generation in between them, I mean, everybody had their kids when they were 18 years old, basically.
But we see mom, mom, mom and Ironside are around the same age, right?
Yes, gotta be.
I thought for sure that was grandma and grandpa.
Yes. I would say she's probably 60, he's probably 70 at best, best case scenario.
Why do it? Why if you like the casting that much, just make the change, right? Because for me, it was distracting. And both of them did a wonderful job, and they both look great. And I just want to make sure that that's abundantly clear. I was just distracted by them trying to convince me that the mom was Ironside's daughter, right?
Yeah.
Was it just me?
No, you're 100% right. Okay. I mean, and Taylor Cole and Michael Ironside are 34 years apart. That's it.
Wow.
So there's that. My What the Hallmark goes back to the crashing through the coffee shop window. for a few reasons. One is I don't feel like you can accidentally do that. I feel like that is on purpose somewhere or another. Maybe not on purpose. I hate this guy, but you're trying to do something else purposefully, and it ended up you took a big risk and messed up. There's no way to be driving and do that. But my bigger one is the coffee shop owner tries to basically extort Grandpa to pay him the money, which is weird because of all the things Grandpa would have, car insurance would be one of them.
Yeah.
So that whole, like, where did we get that whole plot line when if you crash through a coffee shop window, your car insurance company's paying the damages? Like, that's no one, Grandpa's not saying, hey, this wasn't my fault. The coffee shop jumped out and got me. Like, everyone's on board there. So that plot line, I didn't quite understand how it made any sense.
He also was at the coffee shop before it happened.
That's right.
Like,
He did
it wasn't like
once around the block.
Once around the block to really gear things
That's right.
up.
Yeah.
To be able to go through it. Yeah, that's exactly right. We did, everybody. Congratulations. Wow. Boy,
Pumpkin
howdy.
everything.
I'm ready for fall's here, and we're ready
Here,
for it.
yeah.
We got When Calls the Heart tomorrow. We've got Mid-Love Crisis on Friday. What a week it's been, and what a week it's going to be.
Yep.
Until next time, maybe the first to wish you a
Merry
Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark is the That Sounds Fun podcast. It's produced by Tracy Nillis name. It's recorded live in, that Greenville, South Carolina. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com.